Chapter 10. Danny Maguire stared at Matt Daly for a long time. Or rather, he stared into space for a long time. Matt's crooked, genial, hopeful face just happened to be in the way. Of course, Danny knew about Didier Anjou's murder. Like everybody else in France, had heard about it on the TV and read about it in the papers. Everyone from Le Monde to Le Figaro had published accounts of Anjou's colorful romantic past and speculated as to which wronged husband or unpaid creditor might have ordered a hit on the elderly Rouet. But little had been written about the matinee idol's latest wife, other than that she was Russian and was believed to have returned to her home country after the killing. Certainly Danny had heard nothing about a rape. He said as much to Matt Daly. No official complaint was ever made, Matt agreed. But the blogs are alive with rumors that Mrs. Anjou was sexually assaulted by the killer, and that the guy who discovered the crime scene found the two of them tied up together. Problem is that, once again, the widow's not around to ask. She's gone. Yes, but only back home to Russia. She hasn't vanished like the others. Matt shrugged. So the papers say. But who knows what the truth is? The police down there are so corrupt they make Chicago City Hall look like the Peace Corps. Danny left. But it was a hollow laugh, one filled with foreboding. If Andrew Yaka's killer really was still out there, repeating his awful crimes, then 2 more innocent men's deaths were on Danny Maguire's conscience. And what about the widows, the beautiful young women who had so conveniently disappeared just weeks after the killings? If they were dead too, he had even more blood on his hands. This man, this animal, would be getting more emboldened with every successful hit. Danny couldn't just sit by and do nothing, let him strike again. On the other hand, what had told Matt Daly was true. It wasn't just his reluctance to reopen old wounds and upset Celine that was holding him back. Without a local police force requesting Interpol's help, officially Danny's hands were tied. He told Matt Daly, "We can't be sure it's the same man. I don't know about Sir Piers Henley, but Didier Anjou had a long line of people who wanted him dead." "I agree, we can't be sure," said Matt excitedly. "That's why we need to reopen the case. Or start a new case, looking at all 3 murders together. There's so much we don't know. All I can tell you is I feel in my bones that this is one guy, one crazed fucking lunatic, and that we're getting closer to him." Danny Maguire thought, "Has using we already? Has assuming I'm in. I'll make some calls to Scotland Yard and the local French police. See what I can dig up." But he can't promise anything. If Matt was disappointed, he hid it well. "You understand? I know it probably sounds weird, seeing as my father abandoned my sister and me and all. But I'd like to see justice done for him. I figured, if you had this information, maybe you could help." "What will you do now?" asked Danny. "Are you heading back to the States?" Matt looked at him incredulously. "Back to the States? Hell no. Why would I do that? Like I told you, I think the killer's here, in France. I'm on a flight to Nice at 6 o'clock tonight. I should be in Saint-Tropez by 10. Be careful," Danny warned. "If the mafia was involved in Didier Anjou's death, you could be putting yourself in danger. You don't really believe it was a mafia hit? Come on. That's just lazy detective work, the path of least resistance." "I don't know," said Danny. "I don't know anything concrete at this point, and neither do you, Mr. Daly. Blog gossip does not a homicide case make. Plus, even if you're right, and the 3 killings are all connected. Which they are. You know they are. Local French police don't take kindly to outsiders trampling all over their turf and meddling in their investigations. Especially Americans." Matt threw his arms out wide in a gesture of innocence. "Don't worry about me." He grinned. "I'll charm them into submission." Later that afternoon, in the departures lounge at the Lyon airport, Matt Daly tried out his charm on his wife. "I'll be here another week, honey, 10 days at most. I'll bring you back some goodies from Chanel, how about that?" "I don't want goodies." Raquel snarled. "I want our share of that money. Don't you realize that every day you're gone, those fucking charities are spending our cash? You can't fight this alone, Matt, and I can't fight it with no money. There's our lawyers meeting on Tuesday in Beverly Hills. I expect you there. But, honey, this Anjou murder is not gonna pay our bills," snapped Raquel. "I mean it, Matt. Either get home by Tuesday or don't bother getting home at all. Across town, at home with Celine, Danny Maguire lay sprawled out on the bed in postcoital bliss. How did it go today? His wife asked him. Your meeting with that American. Your stalker. What did he want in the end? Oh, nothing. Reaching out, Danny caressed her breast. Has some TV guy making a documentary about the LAPD. It wasn't important. It was the first time Danny could ever remember lying to her. The guilt of it lay heavy in his stomach, like lead. That night, while Celine Maguire slept, Danny lay awake, thinking of Angela Yacca's perfect face.